The Edge with me, your host, Jazzy B. Today we are discussing the race card. Does racism still exist? I have with me now Caitlin Palmore.
Hello.
Okay, so we're going to jump in. Do you think that racism still exists? And if so, why?
Of course I think racism exists. More so with older people as to than with, our generation.
Right.
Because, they haven't got up into our generation. They're still back to where it was, black, white, this, that, kind
right.
of, and, it's just, like I said.
Okay, so if you were told that majority of white people are racist, how would you respond?
I don't necessarily think that's true.
Okay.
At least not in this generation anymore.
Okay.
I might say that's a stereotype now.
Okay. All right.
I do believe there is still, even in our generation, that are racist.
Yes.
Like, I come from a small town.
Okay.
Where there was hardly any black people.
Okay.
I'm sure there are racist people there. I was raised to not, to not be racist and to look at everybody as equal.
Okay. So if you were being raised and not looking at, colors, as you said, if you were to have came home with a black man to your parents, what would have been their response?
Okay. My parents are not racist. My mother would not care.
Okay.
My father believes in same race relationships.
Okay.
He doesn't believe in, different race relationships.
Right.
But he's not racist. He has black friends. He has other, race friends, but he doesn't like the different race relationships.
Okay, so last question. You said that racism, that you do believe it exists, mainly in people older than us. Do you think that racism can ever decease?
I do.
Okay.
A lot of people going into the whole president thing never thought we would have a black president.
Yes.
And we have a black president. And I don't know if I should say this, but I highly think that he will become president again. He will be reelected.
Wow. Okay, this is Caitlin Palmore. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
I have with me now Charles Bird.
What's up, world?
Okay. Do you feel that blacks sometimes give other races a reason to judge?
Well, yes and no. Yes, because of the way we carry ourselves. We sag our pants, we call each other the N-word, the way we give each other handshakes, the way we rap through neighborhoods with our music, screaming loud, but no at the same time, because other races have negative stereotypes too, so it's not just blacks,
Okay. Why is it that most black teens use the N-word, but if another race use it, it could end in a conflict?
I feel like, to answer that question, I would say that most black people call each other the N-word because it's more of a brotherhood term. It's like, I've been knowing you for so long, you my N-word, you know what I mean? I feel like other races take it out of what it's supposed to be. Yeah, take it out of context and they use it as more of a joke. And we take it serious sometimes, like when you say that word, it's more of a, that's my brother right there, I'm gonna call him this, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's hard for a black person to adapt to another white man or any other race calling them that word, knowing that they haven't been through what you've been through.
Okay. So, as a black man, do you ever envy white men?
Yes and no. No, because I'm not the type to hate on somebody else's success and what they've done. Yes, because they have the upper hand in a lot of different things as far as getting jobs and credit. I know y'all know about that. And different things like that. kind of hard not being their color and not having the advantages they have.
So speaking of that, so if you could choose what race has it the best and the worst, what would you say?
I say that the race that has the worst, Mexicans. Why? Because people look down on Mexicans. They think that they're just, border jumpers or whatever they call them, and it's not right because Mexicans are hard workers.
I agree,
They work for their money,
yes.
and they deserve the same respect as everybody else in this country.
Who has the best?
Who has the best? I would definitely say white people.
Okay, and why is that?
Just because they are the first in America's choices.
Wow. Okay, my last question. If you could speak out and clear any stereotypes about black men, what would it be?
Well, for that, I would say we're not all thieves. We're not all hood rats. We're not all troublemakers. Some of us are actually hardworking, successful people, and we just want to make it to where we got to get to and be happy.
All right, thank you so much. And this was Charles Bird. Now I have Stetson Dick, which he is a Native American.
Yes, I am.
And Vander Dutchy, and he's a Navajo. Okay, so Vander, I'm sorry. Describe your heritage to me and to the viewers so we can better understand exactly what is a Navajo.
Well, a Navajo, we on the Navajo reservation, on the Navajo Nation, we still, there's a modern side and there's a traditional side.
Okay.
And you'll have like modern Native Americans who live on the reservation, and you'll have very traditional, Navajos who still live on the reservation. And I come from a family that's very traditional, who still lives on the traditional side.
Okay.
So, we don't have running water, we don't have electricity.
Wow.
And I remember, short story, I remember as a little kid, my grandpa, when he'd be like, hey, you gotta go to school. I went to a boarding school, and he would be like, hey, we gotta go to school, you gotta go to school. So I had to hop on horse, ride with him while he rode me to school, and he dropped me off, and after school he'd be waiting for me, outside, and like I said, there was, I got made fun of, sometimes by my own people, because they had somewhat of a vehicle, and they'd get to school, and my grandfather would be there waiting for me. But nowadays, when you look back at it, I'm actually really proud of it, But,
that's awesome.
I growing up with no water, no electricity, going out and getting your own food, stuff like that. That's pretty much, what it is.
Wow. So, Stetson Dick, is your heritage similar to Evander's?
Yeah, I know what he's talking about when he's saying that there's two different kinds of like Native American people now. There's some that live on the reservation yet, and then there's quite a bit of them that are like moving off the reservation.
Mm-hmm.
So like I can see where he's going with that. The reservation I came with, we actually had like running water and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
But I have family in Arizona that's kind of the same way that his is,
Okay.
where they don't have running water and stuff like that. And they're the ones that like live on the reservation. They actually live like on a mesa.
Mm-hmm. So, being Indian, do you guys deal with racism?
Yeah.
Okay. And if you could tell me what race, in y'all opinion, has it the best and has it the worst?
I'd say white people have the best.
Yeah.
Okay, white people has the best, and who has the worst?
Or black people.
Black people.
Black people. Okay, last question I do, because I know you viewers are like, I want to know why. So, Dick, if you could tell me why you believe that white people has it the best, and why do you believe black people has it the worst, what would you say?
I don't know, like white people really haven't been through the same kind of thing as other races have been.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like they were always the one like taking control, pushing other ethnicities around and stuff like that. So like
And black people having the worst?
you could just take a look at history and you could tell that black people had it worse. Or some, yeah.
Okay, well, everyone, that was Stetson Dick and Vander Dutchy. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
I have with me now Tiffany Wissett. Okay, so I'm going to start the questions now. How do you feel about racism?
Well, I feel that, it still exists, especially being from down south where, most of the whole big racism thing exists. It's been a couple times where it's like, am I being treated this way because I'm black?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it still exists.
Okay. So you said that you ask yourself sometimes, does things happen because you're black? So speaking of that, have you ever played the race card, and if so, why?
I'm gonna be honest, I play the race card a lot, just because.
Okay, that's your honesty.
Just because I don't know, I was raised. My parents, it was never the type where, oh, it's the white man. But my grandmother, on the other hand,
Mm-hmm.
oh, it's the white man. They after our black boys. And so just whenever I've been in situations, I look at them, I fall down to it, and I'm like, it can't be nothing else but I'm black. Like, that's just it.
Okay, so were you one of the students that if you passed every test, every quiz, and you failed one, and it's a white teacher, have you ever said, I didn't fail because I didn't study, I failed because she's white and she's racist?
Well, not to brag or anything, but I was never a failing type in school, so I never had those problems.
I commend you.
Thank you.
Okay, so I have another question. Matter of fact, I want you to clear up any stereotype that people have against black women.
We have the stereotype where it's, how can I put this? We're loud, we never can act right in public, especially with this generation.
Yes.
It's like there's no examples. It's babies having babies, and it's nobody that, can show a woman, a black woman, how she's supposed to act and how she's supposed to be. And a lot of times you have these young girls that, come from the hood, and then you have maybe another girl from the same neighborhood, but because she's from that neighborhood, they already put that label on her.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, just because you're from the projects doesn't mean that you have to be a product of the projects.
I get it, totally understand. Okay, so if you could reach out to any female, any black female that's looking right now, what would you say to help her better understand that stereotypes isn't a good thing, and actually making those stereotypes seem real? What can they do differently?
First of all, I think it has a lot to do with the media and just the way a lot of things are being portrayed. They think that, cursing out this one and fighting this one is cute, when in reality it's not. And I feel as a young black woman, you need to find somebody, not even, because some people, they have, good moms, or this one that they look up to, but if you don't have anybody, you need to find that person that you can really say, wow, I want to be like her, and just basically stop looking at the foolishness and portraying it like it's cute.
All right, and this was Tiffany Wissett. I have with me now John Werchin. Okay, so I'm going to start the questions now. In your opinion, what race has it the worst and the best?
I'd say every race has it equally the same, depending on where you live. Because you could be, I don't know, black in Austin, Texas, and I know some black wealthy people in Austin,
Mm-hmm.
Then I know some poor white people, just living off every paycheck.
Right.
Poor as dirt. I mean, I just think it depends on
where you are in the world.
Yeah, and your education.
True. Okay, so my next question is, if you were told that majority of all white people were racist, how would you respond?
We're racist?
Yes.
I would say that's a very dumb statement to say.
Okay, explain why.
I'm not racist.
Mm-hmm.
My family's not racist.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever been friends with any white person that was racist.
Okay. So do you believe, well, of course, but do you believe that there are some white people out that are racist?
I do. I mean, there's some people that they were raised that way.
Yeah. So you being that you weren't raised that way and your family are racist, how would you reach out to someone who are racist? By you hanging with other, races, what would you say to them to make them think different?
I'm not too sure what I could say. I mean, because you can't just go up to someone and say, hey, change your beliefs.
Right.
But I could try and show them my actions, by hanging out with someone else and be like, oh yeah, they're a super cool person.
Right, I understand. Okay, so if your daughter or son was to come home with a black girlfriend or boyfriend, what would your reaction be?
Be like, who is this guy or girl? Like, I don't know, just how they were, not based on color. Because if I were to date a black girl, or a Mexican girl, or a Japanese girl, I would hope that I would go to meet their family, and their family's like,
they welcome you in, right?
Yes, not be like, oh, look at this white boy.
Okay, understandable. Okay, as a white man, have you ever wanted to be another race for one day? And if so, what race and why?
I can't say that I have thought that way.
Okay. So you're happy with your race, you're a happy man, basically.
Yeah, like, through my eyes, I'm sure some people would beg to differ, but through my eyes, we're all equal, so it wouldn't change anything if I was black or Hispanic.
I understand completely. Okay, so my last question would be, if you could clear up any stereotype about white people, what would it be?
A lot of people believe that white people, like, they're all rednecks, or they just listen to country music, and they're all rich, and they have it made so easy. They can go get a job anywhere. They can get into any school they want, but it's just not true at all. I mean, I hate country music. I am not wealthy at all.
Wow.
I could not get into schools. College was hard to get into. You have to study for it. It's not just based on your race. Hey, you're white.
Yes.
Welcome to our school. I just think that people that think like that are just idiots.
Totally agree. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for having. All right, that was Rachel. I have with me now my last guest, Jacob Simmons.
What's up, baby?
Okay, so what is your ethnicity, Mr. Simmons?
I'm German and black. Depending on who's asking, I might tell you I'm black, but if I feel like messing with you, I tell you I'm white.
Wow, okay. So, have you ever felt that people stereotype you just because the color of your skin?
All the time.
Okay.
And that's just an ignorant mind. That's just an ignorant mind, and me, more or less, dropping down to their level, playing on their ignorance, until they realize and they actually talk to me. That 9 times out of 10, not to sound cocky or anything, but more than half the people I talk to, I'm smarter than.
Wow. Okay, so if you could give me a story or anything that happened in your life that you felt you were being criticized or being racial profiled against, or what happened?
That's too easy. Like, I was going to take some mail for my sister, go drop it in the mailbox, no more than probably like 3 houses down the street, and see a cop ride by, me being me, I wave at him, because I don't hate nobody. So I wave at him, I go drop it in the mailbox, and I come back, and he pull up on me and jump out with his hand on his holster like he ready to do me something. So I'm looking at him like, all right, what's the problem, officer? He like, what you doing over here? Excuse me? What are you doing over here? Why you on this side of town? My sister stayed right there, for 1, 2, that ain't really your business.
Right.
And he was like, well, you look like somebody we've been looking for. Oh, really? So who you looking for? I look like him. Well, what's the profile? Black male, 6'3". Oh, really? Did you know I'm not black? Oh, you're a smart ass. Like, nah. I'm just saying, I'm trying to figure out why you stopped me when all I'm doing is walking mail to the mailbox. Like, I did something wrong to you. But because of the colors I was wearing, I had on a red shirt and some Dickie pants.
Wow.
And and I was in a blood neighborhood, but at the same point in time, like, I did nothing wrong.
Right.
So, you know, I mean, push come to shove, he's still sitting there talking, and he looking at me like he just trying to find a reason to lock me up.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about, why you not in school? Well, 17, I ain't gotta go to school if I don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from South Carolina, state law, I can drop out if I wanted to.
Okay.
But at this point, he getting me heated to the point where I can see that he's just messing with me. And honestly, I wanted to punch him in the mouth.
Okay.
So, and then I look up the street and I'm still talking to this dude. I'm trying to walk away, but he keeps walking in front of me, still with his hand on his holster, like the whole time he ready to do something to me. So I look up the street and I see my mom jump out the door, and she come running down there. And then when he seen who she was, because he was like, hey, hold on, you need to go back, mind your business. She was like, what you talking about? This is my business. This is my son.
Right.
And you could just see his mouth drop.
Wow.
So I just looked at her and she like, nah, go
And
home.
so your mother is German?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so she was like, go home. I'm like, nah, but at the same time, why is this dude stopping me? At this point, I want to know what problem he had with me.
Okay, so let me stop you. Do you feel that other black people gave him a reason to want to pick on you, or to think that you were just like the 6'3" black man he was looking for?
In the neighborhood I was in, not really.
Okay.
Neighborhood I was in is pretty much okay. You would say you had the Bloods over there. There's a couple gangs over there. You got the Bloods folks, and in the white side, you got the rednecks and you got the racist rednecks.
Okay.
So it's kind of like
in between.
Yeah. So I can't really say neither here nor there whether anybody else gave him a reason to. I can say what he saw was a black male in a red shirt and he just swore up and down I was up to no good.
Okay, so if you could quickly tell any police officer, any teacher, anybody who made stereotype against other races, and they really aren't the people, you know, that's doing anything wrong, like, what would you say to the teachers and police officers before they quickly judge?
That's too easy. Like, before you look at the outside, from what I was taught, being raised in a mixed household, growing up being mixed, getting bashed on from both sides because I'm mixed, look at the mind before you look at the face. Because when you look at the mind, 9 times out of 10, you're going to see something you like, which is why I actually befriended a member of the Klan one time. Now, I didn't trust him enough to keep him a friend, but I sat there and I talked to him. He always wanted to hang out, but at the same time, knowing who he was and what he did,
right.
I don't hate him, but at the same time, I keep him at a distance.
Wow. Okay. That was my last question for you. Thank you so much. And this was Jacob Simmons. As a black woman, do I believe that racism still exists? Yes. But I do believe that when just a few come together, that racism will decease. You have just watched On the Edge, and I am your host, Jazzy B.